He's one of the finest batsmen to have graced the game. With over 24,000 runs across tests and one-day internationals, Rahul Dravid's resume speaks volumes. The former India captain played in 6 ICC Champions Trophy tournaments during his career, and recently the 44-year-old sat down with us to reflect upon past glories and look ahead to the 2017 event in England.
So really great memories for me is from that tournament in Kenya in sort of 2000, and beating Australia and beating South Africa in that tournament with a very, very young team, I think was terrific. I think it really helped the Indian team to grow and build from there, and we had a lot of success in that decade, and a lot of it was built around the early successes we had in that Champions Trophy in Kenya. Then again, I think even just playing the 2002 one in Sri Lanka and making the final, and the disappointment of it was I think in a lot of ways a very good memory as well, just to have to be able to make that final in a very difficult and tough competition. Some difficult tournaments as well. We had the Champions League in India when we didn't qualify and didn't make the semi-finals. Was a bit of a disappointment as well, and being part of that wasn't necessarily a very pleasant feeling. So it's a great tournament, and I think gives you some great highs and lows, and I think what you do remember about it is it's a tournament you look forward to. All the countries playing and participating. There are 4 or 5 countries that could easily beat each other on the given day, and I think that there's no clear favorite, and there's no team that sort of runs away with one-day cricket at the moment. There have been in the times in the past where you could almost predict who was more or less going to win one of these big ICC events. It's hard going into any of these events now picking a favorite, and I think for me that's one of the great things about one-day cricket is that it's become very, very competitive. Steven Smith, Williamson, Root, or Kohli. But I think of the younger lot, someone like a Quinton de Kock, to me, someone I believe who's I think got the potential to really become a star and actually be named alongside these young players. The other one, from an Indian perspective for me, is Ajinkya Rahane. I think he's the other one who I think is on the cusp of doing something very special. India has won here before, and I think that was I think a really big and important win for India. India started playing well overseas as well now, away from home. Some of the results in Australia last year were, especially in white ball cricket, were pretty good. So I think that's something that will hold them in good stead. They are a team in transition slightly as well. There's a few changes as well. So a lot will depend on how many of their sort of bowlers, especially. I think India's batting will generally be quite good in these conditions as well. How many of their bowlers stay fit, and whether they can have a good bowling attack. If India has a good, competitive, settled bowling attack, they would definitely start off as one of the favourites. For Mahendra Singh Dhoni to lead that young bunch of boys to victory in England in these kind of conditions, I think would have given them a lot of confidence and a lot of belief. And leading into this particular tournament, now in England again, I think that the memories of that win, I think will give them a lot of confidence.